Yo, 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 this is Boogie Bob again. Swish for real coming at you. I want to talk about Jalen Brunson. Starting out, he was two-time NCAA College Player of the Year. He was also two-time NCAA champion at Villanova. Uh, just before he became a free agent, he got drafted by the Mavs in the second round, first couple picks in the second round. So some of this is background. A lot of people wishing he had stayed with the Mavericks. So I'll just kind of run through a little bit of history. His dad had joined the Knicks as on the coaching staff the year before he became a free agent. His agent that signed the first contract wound up becoming the GM for the New York Knicks, and that that guy's son. So the agent's son was Jalen Brunson's agent when he became free agent. His original contract was a 4-year contract with no excuse me, with no team rights, no playoffs. So he basically signed a 4-year guaranteed contract that assured that he would be an unrestricted free agent. Normally there's a team or player option, and most contracts are 3 years. So the very first contract the Mavs signed him to didn't give him any leeway to keep him. In 2019-2020 season, even Rick Carlisle said that Jalen Brunson couldn't consistently hit the NBA three-point shot. And his dribbling, even in his rookie year, he was not the dribbler he is now. His handles have got better. He didn't even bother to go to the bubble and play with the Mavericks that year, so he didn't have much playing time. In the 2021 season, Carlisle barely played him. He was the de facto third point guard, but he didn't get a lot of playing time. And even in the playoffs, he got very limited playing time, which leads us to the 2022 season. Jason Kidd started playing him, but Jalen Brunson didn't start with Luka until late January of that year. And as we know, they beat Utah and they beat Phoenix to play Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. So Jalen Brunson kind of had a breakout. But at the time that the Mavs could have signed him, that deadline came before he was inserted in the starting lineup. So he had not shown his capability yet. So that summer, he signed with the Knicks, with his dad being on coaching staff, his former agent being the GM, and his current agent being the son of the GM. So he is a lot like Steve Nash. Once he left the Mavericks and went to the Suns, Jalen Brunson has got a lot better. He's improved his handles. He's always had the footwork, but he's learned how to work in the trees. His shot has improved. So he's a much better player, even his first year with the Knicks, than when he was with the Mavericks. I knew he was good, but I saw him in college. I saw him the first 4 years, obviously, as a Maverick. However, if you thought you were going to see this kind of Jalen Brunson when he was with the Mavericks, then you got a crystal ball. You should go buy a lottery ticket somewhere. Which leads us to the current year. He carried the New York Knicks all the way to the semifinals, and that was with OG Anunoby being hurt. Played a couple games. Julius Randle wasn't even playing. He had his old college running buddies, DiVincenzo and Hart from Villanova, playing with him. They helped out a couple games. He broke his hand in the last game, and from what I read, he's had surgery. And I'll finish with this. He was in the top 5 voting for MVP this year. So whether this is, I don't think it's a one and done. He's definitely playing to his contract, which is somewhere around 4 years, $100 million. But if you think of the young point guards, you got Luka, you got John Morant, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Tyrese Halliburton. So there's 4 point guards, 5 point guards. Oh, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So you got, it's hard to put him in the top 5 of the point guards. And that's not even counting the old point guards like Stephen Curry. So he's definitely a top 10. A top 5 point guards, I think I'd probably, he's on that border of fifth, 6th, 7th best point guards. But as I named earlier, there's several right now that have certainly had better careers to this point. So we'll see going forward. But I think Jalen Brunson is going to be a steady. He's definitely going to average over 20 points. He scored 40 points 5 times in the playoffs this year, 4 consecutive, and that's rarefied air. That not many players have done that. I mean, when you mention people like Michael Jordan scoring 40 points in the playoffs, that's a pretty short list of the number of players that have done that. So I wish Jalen all the luck. It would be nice if he had stayed a Maverick, but sometimes you have to leave the team that drafted you to improve. So that's my take on Jalen Brunson. This is Boogie Bob, Swish for Real out.